Okay, we're recording.
But did you?
Yeah.
So how do we feel about having Rick first?
When we had him,
and now y'all got him.
Past, present, future.
I mean, we had him first. Y'all got all leftovers. I'm done.
Oh, and that's how that goes. Look, when he came, he's what we needed. It worked out well for us. He put us back on the map. He brought us back from Kentucky's shame. I can't never be mad at that. I mean, I appreciate Rick for that. When he left, I can't say I'm mad for him leaving for the opportunity that he left for. You know, you get the opportunity to basically run the Boston Celtics from coach GM standpoint. I mean, you got to take that. You got to go with that. Him coming back to U of L. At this point, he's another bird brain like the rest of you bird brains. I'm not really giving two shits about Rick or your raggedy ass, bum ass program, to be honest with you.
So that doesn't bother you? I mean, it doesn't bother you as a UK fan that now he's coaching the enemy?
We got a better coach.
Okay.
We got a better coach. He fits.
No, they don't. But anyway,
fits us. He fits the program better than anybody that, in my day, has fit the program.
So you think he fits the program better than Rick does right now?
At this point in the game, yes. He understands the job more than Rick knows.
Rick or Cal at Kentucky, Louisville fans should send thank you cards to Calipari at Kentucky because Rick was at the end. Whether you know it or not, his coaching was different, his style was different, his recruiting was different.
He did get complacent.
So then what happens when Cal came to Kentucky, it generated all that swirl and all that energy and all that excitement. And Rick immediately was like, clean house through Walter McCarty being gone, Masiello taking the job. He got in some new, fresh guys that are aggressive, like that Coach Keats. The guys that brought in Harold, brought in Hancock.
And the guys who was hard on the AAU level.
Exactly. And changed his philosophies. Now he's going after one and done type of players like Lyles, like, you know what I'm saying? He's going after guys. So it's modified his behavior, you know, his demeanor, his coaching philosophy completely. So now you got the best Rick that you could possibly have because we have the best Calipari that we have.
That's
a
damn good answer.
So let me basically clarify and build on what he just said. And when I'm saying that we have the best man for the job right now, I mean that. We do have the best man for the UK job at this moment, better than anybody. We got a better fit than any other coach in the country, say Duke, Coach K at Duke at this point. I really believe that. He understands what being the coach of the University of Kentucky entails, and he plays it. He knows how to work the big blue nation. He knows the right buttons to push. He knows what to say. He knows what not to say. He's just the perfect fit for our program at this point, as Rick was back in '89.
As far as
Cal
that,
is in
let me ask you,
2013.
do you think he's kind of changing the tradition of Kentucky basketball?
Mm-hmm. The tradition? I mean, college basketball. The tradition has changed in college basketball. It's not Cal. Cal's playing the hand that's dealt. I mean, just because he's the coldest at working this one and done shit don't mean that he's gotta love it, or it doesn't make him the villain. It's not Cal's rule. Like we said earlier, it's not even college basketball's rule. This is an NBA rule that college basketball has to live with.
Yeah.
And in the short term, it could be worse. See, I kind of like being able to see guys like Anthony Davis, Jabari Parker, Kyrie Irving, if only for a season, getting to see them on the college level.
So you think
LeBron, we didn't get to see Kobe, we didn't get to see guys like that on that college level, and to see what they could do there. What would have LeBron done at Ohio State? Would he have brought a title to Columbus?
So my question to you: do you think it's good for college basketball? Because I think it was better the other way.
See, I think what's good.
Look, if you wanted to go NBA, I'm fine with you
I think
going
what's
to the
good for
NBA.
college basketball is fluid. I think that there's a lot of bullshit in the false moral high ground that people try to take when it comes to the one and done scenario. Look, we've already touched on it. If you're an accounting student and an accounting firm comes to you and wants to give you 6 figures before you graduate, you go get that. I mean, these guys are trying to be basketball players as a job, as their career. And if your career comes calling before you get a degree from college, so be it. And it doesn't keep kids from going back to college. You got John Wall on campus during the summer going to classes. Rajon Rondo's on class and taking classes during the summer trying to complete his degree field. I mean, all these guys are coming back.
College ain't going nowhere.
College is not going
it's
anywhere.
not.
And, you know, but the window that you have to make that in those NBA millions, that's a
small window.
That's a forever shrinking window until you're not in the league anymore. And then, you know, it could be a situation where, you know, you sit out too long and you play yourself. So,
Wait, here's my question for all of y'all. The college basketball TV ratings has been going down for years because we don't get to know these players.
Right.
You know, and look, I mean, we could probably go back to the 80s and we could probably tell you the top 10 teams who their starting five was.
Yeah.
I can't say, I don't know anybody on North Carolina. I'm just going to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
I think that has...
But the NBA numbers have been going up over the last 5 or 6 years.
I think that has more to do with, it's not just the one, it's not the one and done rule, although that plays a bit of a factor. You've got the focus on the NFL. So there's as a country, a love affair with the NFL. The NFL lasts through the beginning of the college basketball season all the way up until the first week of February. So you've got that taken away. And college basketball has become more of a niche, where the average fan isn't watching college basketball until March.
It's also
We're not talking about
society. Though. Society's changed, yo. Like we talk about these kids. You know, things are different now. People want instant gratification.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So the long-term hustle is not the same anymore. Kids want to see results now. People want to see results now. So that plays into the same thing with the one and done rule. That's why the results are looking for now. They're not coaches are not recruiting building for 4 years from now. Coaches are building for the national championship this year coming. Bar none. No one's thinking the same. People are like,
and coaches don't get as much time anymore.
They don't.
If you don't get 3 years, I mean, and that's even in football. If you come in as a new coach and you ain't rebuild that team in 3 years, they're looking for a new coach.
Joker Phillips at UK, who was in a tough spot, you know what I'm saying, will agree. Joker Phillips got the boot in 2. Do you understand what I'm saying? He didn't get a full deck to necessarily to deal with. And I didn't say he did a great job per se for the job, but that's an example of they want it now. Even at a job that's very difficult, that they know the difficulties in it, if you don't give something tangible to give back to them, out of here. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a new day.
See, my thing was, I took pride in seeing kids like Shane Battier. When he came in as a freshman, very mediocre. That time he was a senior, he was running for a National Player of the Year.
Yeah, that kid
You know what I'm
was a
saying?
McDonald's All-American though. Let's not do.
Yeah, he was, but offensively he was very limited.
Let's not do mediocre with Shane Battier. Let's not do that. I think.
But I mean, just
for example,
I guess just seeing the kids' progress. You know what I'm saying?
But a Darius Miller at Kentucky, same
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Seeing Darius Miller come through the ranks, endure all the hardship, not be a highly recruited guy who's a heck of a ball player, but wasn't a 5-star per se.
He was the
and
glue
then to
guy.
see that last year, he was the glue. You know what I'm saying? We had other players that were better players, but he was a glue guy that kept it all together, and that's an example of what you're saying.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I love seeing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just seeing the kids' progress. You know, to me, that's what college basketball.
you know what I love
is
to
about.
see? I love to see titles. I love to dance for no reason in the middle of Euclid Avenue, just on G, where they didn't shit down and there's no traffic come through there. Woodland Avenue and Euclid and the Tin Roof over line. That's what I like to see. I like to see U of L fans getting shot in their ass because they was in our party talking that dumb shit. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. That's what I like. I'm just saying.
So it's all about wins. Nothing else really matters.
No, not trash talk. What are you talking? What you want me to talk about academics? It's trash talk, B. Yeah. Oh, and if you want to talk academics, we still have the highest APR in the SEC, which includes Vanderbilt. So you take that.
See, when you only got half semester grades to go on. That's
Well, I'm just saying. Hey, we've been running that for a while, man. You think you got our kids messed up? We bringing in good kids down through here now. We can't control what they do when they leave here. I mean,
right.
But you know, when they're here, they're good kids. We haven't had any issues out of our kids on the basketball team. You know,
UNC.
So should the NBA change the rule? Go maybe to more like a baseball rule that if you
Now,
hold on, let me finish. If you want to go to the NBA, you can go straight. But if you do stuff on campus, you gotta stay at least 2 years.
Here's the thing with the NBA is it's a business, and they are allowed to run their business however they see fit. So if they choose to have you choose to say you have to be a year removed from high school to be a part of this, then that's what it is.
Free enterprise.
That's what it is. It's free enterprise. If they say 2 years, then it'll be 2 years. They don't have to give you a baseball rule. They don't have to give you anything.
Yeah, but
What they've got right now is working for them. It gives their young players free publicity through the college season. You know who they are by the time they get drafted, and you're looking for these kids.
well,
to get drafted.
but it's like it's almost like I was saying earlier. It's not like it was broke before. I think it was more an image thing because you're gonna tell me LeBron hasn't worked or Kobe hasn't worked.
Right.
You know, those guys.
In the interest of academia.
I mean,
I'm just saying, just as interest as basketball as a whole, not just on the NBA level, but also in the college. If you got somebody that's talented as LeBron, there's no reason for you to go to college.
Like in the interest of, like I say, if college isn't a sham, you know what I'm saying? If college isn't a sham, then guys should have to go to at least try to complete an associate's degree. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the perception of what you look at college as. Is college an educational institution that we hold any value to, any merit to? If so, why would we restrict them? We can send these boys to the army, but they can't go to the league to make money.
It's un-American.
And that's not right. These guys should be
un-American.
NCAA needs what needs to happen is like Cal told you 4 years ago when he was at Kentucky. People are gonna merge and do super conferences, and they're gonna oust the NCAA, and they're gonna monitor and program themselves. And when the NCAA is out of the way, and they get their hands out of the money, out of the pie, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna see exactly what's gonna happen.
And,
gonna be able to go to the
and
league
just as a
and
Louisville fan, I'm speaking as a Louisville fan. That's what I was afraid of. That when the musical chairs stopped
Oh, yeah,
with all
they
these
have to
conferences,
be in. I feel
Louisville's gonna be on the inside looking out.
Yep.
I mean, that's just being real about it.
Yep.
And then look, as great as last season was with the national championship and with the Sugar Bowl, best day in Louisville's history was when they joined the ACC.
You right?
yeah,
That was the best.
Because I
y'all
mean,
was stuck for a second.
oh yeah.
I mean, y'all
When the
y'all
Big
locked in
12,
the Big 12
well, when the
by
Big
yourself.
12 said we're going to take West Virginia, we were like, okay, where does that leave us now? Because nobody saw Maryland leaving the ACC,
And it was
opening up
never
a
gonna
spot.
be the SEC for you all. I mean, and that's not me shitting on Louisville. That's just the SEC didn't need your market. They already had it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did hear there's a pact between Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, and Kentucky that they wasn't going to take Florida State, wasn't going to take Clemson, wasn't going to take Georgia Tech, and wasn't going to take Louisville. They already got that market. They don't want another,
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, why? You already got the city of Atlanta. Why do we need Georgia Tech?
You right?
You know, we already got the whole state of Florida. Why do we need Tallahassee? We already got Tallahassee. Why do we need Louisville? We already got Louisville.
So there you go.
Yeah.
And so now you see it. So I mean,
5
the
minutes.
ACC got there. That's a good place for them. And
It's great.
Definitely a good place.
And they
It's a
actually
great
ended
place.
up in more or less a basketball first conference. So I mean,
It's a win-win for Louisville. There's no way Louisville came out golden, and like Louisville should look back at a time. Rick has meant so much to Louisville that they don't even know. A lot of people don't even know what he's been able to bring to the table and what he's given Tom Jurich the ammo to do as a complete. Like, there's no better athletic director than Jurich. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's one of the best in the business, but the ammo was provided by Rick.
I am going to say
The Young
this.
Center and all that was all done through Rick.
I am going to say this on the football tip. If Florida comes after Charlie Strong with that Gatorade money, you can't compete. I'm sorry. You're not going to be able to compete with that Gatorade money. You're just not. You're just not.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not going.
But he did turn down Tennessee,
But
and
it's
it's not like Tennessee don't have a lot of money.
Listen, hey,
That's
stock
not
value.
that Gatorade
Look at it.
money,
Look at a
bro.
business
That's going
decision.
back to
Business
it.
decision. Stock value. Florida stock is here. If you were a smart businessman, now would be the time. I don't even know if that's going to happen with Charlie Strong, but whoever jumps on that gig is immediately going to improve because he's done absolute. Mitch Muschamp and them guys have done nothing with that program, and they've got
They run into the
they've
ground.
got one of the core. They've got the core that provides the athletes for the United
Well,
States.
and they are in the hottest recruiting
They're the
bed in the
hotbed.
country.
In
You know,
the hottest
you
football
could just-
conference, with the, you know what I'm saying, they're in a, there's a no lose situation. So if they came to Charlie Strong, believe you me, the consideration level will be different than the consideration for Tennessee. No knock at Tennessee, but Tennessee's not Florida, not now.
All right.
Nah.
Well, I just want to say that Calipari has rolled the ball out a few times this season. He's just rolled it out there, let these guys
Good gym
go.
teacher, man.
He's a damn good gym teacher.
Yes.
And he's the meanest gym teacher you've ever seen. But anyway, he rolled the ball out a few times. We won a few. We lost one. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna talk about the game we lost. Now I know y'all have been trying to give us the business about 40 water because you didn't understand it. I'm gonna address 40 water right now. I'm gonna take the time to address 40 water. For the first off, most of you all are in the slow lane and never understood 40 water to begin with. 40 water is a stick in the eye. 40 water was never a prediction. But if you had seen how y'all dudes acted every time you seen it on the board, boy, that was a damn good time watching. I would laugh my ass off at y'all dudes. How can you predict 40 and 0? Nobody's predicting 40 and 0, monkey. You know, dance, monkey, dance. You don't understand the concept.
Basically,
I'm like a Mario, you know, like the motherfucker. Geppetto. Call me Mags Geppetto. You know, or whatever, man. We pulling your strings, man, and y'all danced every single time. Dance.
it was a can't lose
monkeys.
proposition. You got to understand that we knew that from the jump. It was can't lose. If we didn't lose, we was just gonna keep antagonizing you. And when we did say it, it was such a problem that the audacity that we would have to say it, the guys would get so out of pocket. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I loved it.
I saw
So
something.
y'all never really believed y'all was gonna go 40 and 0.
We never concerned
You want us
ourselves.
that we were never worried about if it was going
We
to
never
happen
thought
or
about
not. Whether it's going to happen or not. If you look at the board,
It birthed so much fun. See what hit you with Sprinkle Me, man.
That's what. Hey, I was like, she don't put out there. Sugar tea. Come
That
on.
whole shit, that was the funniest thing that's come through that joint in so long. And look, and we talked about it. We knew what Louisville fans was going to be saying when the season hit. We knew that they was waiting for the first time to us to lose, what was going to happen. We understood all that, but it was worth it for the few months of run that we got.
it was definitely worth it.
It was worth it.
It was definitely
Speaking
worth
on y'all's lost though, the one thing I did see.
it. Is you don't want to play us nowhere, types of want to see us nowhere around March. That's what you should have seen.
No, I saw y'all's guard playing as strong as I expected it.
Okay.
You know, I mean, and what it showed is, as Randall goes, so goes UK.
You do know James Young had 19.
Yeah,
in the
he-
game,
now-
and he kept us in the
Hey,
game in the first
you know
half.
what? Young's a baller.
Okay.
Cannot take nothing
He's
from.
talking about the twins. Why don't you just say it?
Yeah, to me the Twins are
Less than a
garbage.
minute.
Why don't you just say it?
All right, the Twins are garbage. All right, let's look at Marcus T and Brandon Knight. Let's look at this, and I'm specifically talking about Andrew
Or what was
Harrison here.
expected, I guess. Is my
See,
question.
right, ask
I
what
think
it
the
is.
expectation level is what was expected. Andrew Harrison is a true point guard. He was never going to come in and score 20 to 25 and wow you, none of that. But what you need to understand is he's farther along than all the point guards we brought in.
Probably be full again.
It's amazing that we've been hated on. You know what I'm saying? That he's hated on because he's actually ahead of all those point guards in running the show. I'm not talking about athleticism with the
We're gonna
wall.
get back in there. We're gonna.
I don't think he's a better point guard than Brandon Knight.
It cut off again.
No, not chat.
All right. Well, here.
Hey, you might be right.
Well, you know what? You know what we're gonna do. We running out of memory, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the second.